What's up, what's up, what's up, everyone? It is Jason Jani. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I want to talk a little bit about current events and how things that are going on in the world can impact the ever-changing landscape in the event industry. And I really want to focus in on what is going on in the Eastern European and Russian side of the planet, because I believe the uncertainty, the instability, and of course, all the things that are going on over there can and will impact the DJ and private event space in the United States. And I'm sharing this video giving you my honest thoughts, and I'm doing that so that you keep your eyes and ears open, you pay attention to what's going on around you, so that you are prepared to make business decisions that can keep you profitable if you are treating this seriously as a business. I want to start off this video by saying I am not someone that likes to talk about politics publicly, and this is not anything regarding who's right, who's wrong, what I believe in, what I don't believe in, or any of that. In the context of keeping it incredibly real and transparent to you here on this channel, I 100% do not agree with, stand by, or condone what is happening in Eastern Europe. I am someone that doesn't get into politics, but it is just a super, super sad situation. People are dying, and it is beyond devastating and unfortunate. For that reason, from what I have seen on social media, from what I have been able to read about through different news agencies of every different political affiliation, and for what the chatter is on a global level, it is just incredibly sad. And I honestly can't even believe it's going on in the world today. It is mind-bending how unfortunate it is, and I just have to say that. What I want to focus in on is really like 2 or 3 areas of how the current situation in Eastern Europe can impact the everyday hustle for people in the private event space in the United States. If you're a DJ and you fall outside the borders of the United States, pay attention, because what is going on may be affecting you as well, or if it's not yet, could be in the near future. Side note, I'm super pumped to say that we have people that support this channel in New Zealand, Australia, Belgium, Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica, South America, Central America, Africa, Western Europe, Eastern Europe, and we even have Asia represented within our community. And shout out to all the people that have joined us here to check out content about pushing up the event space. Much love to you all. I see you, and thank you so much. See, there's a big situation going on in Eastern Europe, and it's not about who's right, who's wrong, what's going on, what I believe in, what's actually happening. It's sad all the way around. A very sensitive part of this equation is what's called sanctions, and how those sanctions can impact the everyday for us in the United States. I want to start off by saying the situation in Eastern Europe is really, really sad. It's not a matter of who's right, who's wrong. People are dying, and I don't even truly understand the full context of the overall situation. I just know it is super unfortunate, and my heart goes out to every single family and person that is impacted. Whether you're watching this video, you know someone that's impacted in some way, shape, or form, I am so incredibly sorry, and my heart bleeds out for you, because it is just so incredibly sad and unfortunate on a lot of levels. I've learned early in my career never to talk about politics publicly or beliefs publicly. I think it's something that needs to stay out of the frame of business, and it's just how I operate my world. With that said, this video is all about the impacts of what's going on in Eastern Europe and how it can affect the world around us in the United States and beyond. So if you're a professional working in the private event space, this video is for you. I'm not sharing this to take sides with one side or the other, who's right, who's wrong, what it's all about. I'm just talking specifically about the impacts regarding some of the sanctions that have been placed on one of the people that are seriously involved in this conflict in Eastern Europe. The sanctions that have been now imposed on one of the people involved in this very, very sad conflict will impact a lot of different people in many different ways. I'm sharing this video because I believe it hits the entertainment space in a very unique way. The cost of doing business as a result of what is going on will impact your world as a professional in the event space. Sanctions on oil and the ability to produce gas increases gas prices first and foremost. It's kind of a big deal, because I've noticed in my little space in New Jersey, the cost per gallon of gas has gone up over $1 in less than 7 days. And there are rumors that gas could essentially double from where it is now. In comparison to where it was just 2 years ago, typically averaged around $2.20 a gallon. Here we are today, the end of the first quarter of 2022. We are now in the mid $4 per gallon range, depending on where you're acquiring your gasoline. And gas is projected to go in upwards of $6 to $8 per gallon. The cost of doing business, the cost of you getting from point A to point B is going to increase significantly. And depending on what type of vehicle you drive, how big of a vehicle you drive, this cost could be significant. Obviously, if you're transporting a ton of stuff, you probably have the ability to take the hit in terms of your operating costs from a gasoline perspective. I know within my market, we travel to venues locally within a 100-mile radius of our office. So with a 200-mile plus round trip, this could impact our world significantly, especially when comparing the cost of gas from 2 years ago, when many of the contracts have been established that we are now bringing to the table and executing at events. The cost of doing business has increased significantly. What may have cost just $50 to fill a tank could now cost $100 and may go as much as $200 per one tank of gas. I'm saying this so that you pay attention to what's going on around you. You are staying in the know and at least informed of current world events, and you take that into consideration when you are pricing out your services. If you are not accounting for this now shortfall that you will have because it costs more to operate, you essentially will be losing money. One of the other areas that I kind of want to touch in on and talk about is the chip manufacturing ability of one of the people involved in this conflict. And now with sanctions placed, those chips are now pretty much off limits in a lot of different ways for a lot of people in a lot of different places. It's not just the United States, it's multiple countries that produce multiple products. I've read online that there are over 1 trillion chips produced per year. And if you figure that out on an average of the people that exist in the world today, that breaks it down to approximately 128 or more chips that are used per person on this planet. We in the event industry and people that rely on technology to operate our businesses can be impacted in a number of different ways. Chips that are produced are in a lot of the things that we use from an equipment perspective, from a lighting perspective, and of course, some of the other things that support our world, from computers to automobiles and so much more. You've probably noticed that over the past year or so, there's been a global chip shortage at scale, and that has impacted a lot of things. I can tell you that I ordered another Ford Transit van 3 months ago, and to this day, I still do not have an idea of when it will be landing at the dealership that I had ordered this vehicle from. And the chip shortage is really the cause of the delay of producing the automobile that I need to operate my business. Think about all the different pieces of equipment that we use: microphones, controllers, computers, hard drives, even processing equipment. All are electronic and all contain some type of microchip that can be or could be manufactured in a place that is now deemed off limits. How that could impact us is the cost of the goods that maybe once were will not be, because the cost will go higher as manufacturers now have to go to alternative resources to find those chip pieces to complete the hardware or the gear that we use to support our events. That drives the cost of our goods higher, making the cost of doing business higher. And again, it all comes back to dollars and cents. Staying on top of this and being aware keeps you operating your business in the best space. It is super important that you are operating your business and you are doing everything you can to stay profitable if you want to survive and if you want to thrive in the world in front of us. There is no end in sight with what's going on the other side of the world at this point. This video is just an FYI, kind of a heads up from your boy Jason over here to make sure that you are paying attention to the world today. Now, chips impact a lot of different things. Gas impacts a lot of things. And there's a greater situation going on in Eastern Europe that, again, is super, super sad. There's an entire country getting absolutely crushed by a much larger, much stronger adversary, and it is just sad on a lot of levels. It's important to keep your eyes open and be aware of what's going on in the world today, because it will, if it has not already, impacted you, and it's going to continue to impact the cost of what it is for you to operate your business moving forward. Again, the point of this video. If you'd like to share your thoughts on what I'm dropping here, I'd love to hear from you. Again, this is not about picking sides. It's not about saying who's right, who's wrong. It's a sad story all the way around. It hasn't impacted me directly, but I can say that I do have friends that are from the Ukraine and surrounding areas, and it is just devastating to see all the things that go on with them. If we can grow this channel up to 10K, I'd like to do a giveaway where we actually donate money that's generated from something that we have going on here on the channel. And I'd like to be able to donate that to a cause to help rebuild some of the devastation and destruction that has taken place in the Ukraine. I'd love to hear from you. So drop into the comments down below. If you found this video to be helpful or alarming, please smash the thumbs up for me and be on the lookout for more content dripping right here in the days, weeks, and months ahead. Thanks so much for watching.